video is to demonstrate how to install one of our steel doors on masonry fireplaces. We've taken the door out of the box and we've placed it in the opening to make sure that it fits properly. When you take the door out of the box, please take care when you're taking the wrapping material or packaging material off of the door, because in many situations you can scratch or mar the door at that point. Once you have it in the opening and you see that it fits perfectly, and it will fit perfectly if you follow the instructions from our video on how to measure doors for masonry fireplaces. Now, our doors come fully assembled and fully adjusted at the factory. There should be very little need for adjustment here on site. However, in the shipping process, doors can get jostled and they may be slightly out of adjustment. The good news is that our doors are easily adjustable in the field, and we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. Typically, we mount our doors using a side mount application with 2 brackets on each side of the door. Because of the size of this door, we're doing 1 side mount on each side and 1 bottom mount on each side. The bracket is attached with a simple screw that's part of the hardware kit. Once the bracket is screwed on, bend the bracket back into the fireplace opening. Now we're ready to mark exactly where we're going to drill our holes to mount the door. So we place the door in the opening with the brackets bent into the fireplace, and we identify the spot where we want to drill our hole. We mark that spot with a felt marker. We do that for all 4 brackets. We drill our mounting holes using a 5/16 inch masonry drill. We drill about 1 3/4 inch deep for each of the mounting holes. Then we insert our lead anchors into the holes. Using the lag screws provided, insert the screws through the brackets and into the lead anchors. Snug the screws with a 3/8 inch wrench. Most of the time, little or no adjusting will be needed, but let's talk about how you do make adjustments when you have to. The first major adjustment problem that you may run into is where one part of the door is actually sticking out from the rest of the door. We fix that by opening the door, loosening the attachment bracket, and either pull or push the frame into alignment. Another problem you may run into is where the doors don't actually close all the way because the hinges are misaligned. There's actually 2 places to adjust the hinges. On the back side, using a screwdriver, if you simply tighten the hinges, in most of the cases, that will solve the problem. In the rare cases where that adjustment doesn't get the hinge back in alignment, you may have to use the Allen wrench and work behind the door on the back side of the hinge, loosen the hinge with the Allen wrench, and adjust the door that way. Once the door is perfectly aligned, tighten all the screws. On this particular door, we have an inside fit using mortar. The first thing you have to do on a door that's being mortared in is to mask the door off. The first place you want to mask is on the inside track on the bottom to prevent any mortar from getting into the draft assembly. Then we want to mask across the face of the fireplace door to prevent the caustic mortar from damaging the finish on the door. On doors that have been mortared in, you want to take the tape off and clean the door thoroughly after the mortar's been applied. Then you want to take a product like Design Specialties Glass Cleaner and clean the glass both inside and out. I hope you found this video on how to install steel doors on masonry fireplaces helpful. If you have any questions about either measuring or installing doors on fireplaces, please feel free to call us. Thank you very much for your attention.